Okay, everyone, welcome to the second match. Been roped into doing another stint in here with my man Flu. Tournament favourite, Stephen Petty. And I have to be honest, I don't know too much about his opponent. I know Steve's been doing big things on the EPA tour, and he's obviously a very good player. I remember him back in the IPA days and the professional circuit. He's always been unbelievably talented. In the commentary box with my old pal from the England days, Jordan Church.
How are we? How are we doing? It's a pretty big break.
Yeah, and this table, Jordan, obviously I've commentated on the last match. This table is playing really quick, and we've had, when you buy a standard Supreme, the cushions, they just, there's one on each cushion that just sort of clamps down, and the cushions can play a little bit dead, and we've had these clamped down, and they do sometimes play a little bit like steel blocks. So that, along with the new cloth that's playing unbelievably quick, this table is quite hard to keep hold of the cue ball.
Yeah, the last tournament I only played one match on it, and it was tough to control the ball, the white ball. It was just, they come off so quick off the rails. It was and like you say, combined with the cloth, it was really tough to control. But you want those sort of conditions. You want it to be quick, so the balls get spread like this off the break. You get more break and runs and make the game a bit more open, which is what you want to see, really.
Yeah, when the balls break like this, along with playing black ball rules, and obviously that's the recipe for the frames to be quick, especially when there's two good players that are attacking, as there was in the last match. And I called it from about 4-0, I think it was, that the last match was probably going to go the distance. And
he's a he's a good player, Don. He plays on I play on the Hearts tour with him, and he runs deep in quite a lot of tournaments. He's I think it'll go close after this match. I do fancy Steve to just edge it, though, to be honest.
it's the first time I ever watched him play, but he looks like he hits the ball nice. I like the way that he cues up.
Yeah, I can't say I've ever sat down and watched him. I'm not really one for watching too many games, but I see him towards the back end of tournaments quite a lot. So it's quite a tough first round, this.
Perfect scenario there would have been with an angle to pot the red in the corner, top off the side cushion and hit the yellow. Still expecting to get him, but he was actually perfect that he could drift to the left hand side, and he can just flick this in now and anywhere back to where he is now, really. See, the cushions are quick.
Yeah, so springy. He's taking these out well, especially considering its first frame.
And like I said, I think he hits the ball quite nice, and it was the first time that that's the first time I ever watched him play.
Sorry about that. The guys were just showing me how to use a mouse. It's a bit tough.
For the mouse's ear. It's a good break, but they're tricky. Because I don't think the yellow passes the red, does it? Maybe the one on the right-hand side of the table does, but he's got no starter.
Yeah. I was just thinking maybe he could play... Yeah, I'd be tempted to take reds here.
What, and screw across and... Or play the double? He can get to the one in the middle, but I think he's looking at potting the long one and screwing across.
Yeah. Oh, he's going to play the yellow.
Yeah, he's clipping it in the middle. Where's the cue ball, though?
No. It's a bit wild. Probably could have played that a little bit softer.
He's okay, though. He's okay. He can pot this one into the left corner, screw off the side cushion, and then pot the one into the left corner and screw across and play the skill shot.
Yeah.
Not quite as easy as I've just said, but it's there.
Yeah, he's not really guaranteed to be on a ball after that, though, is he? He's quite
Well,
quite close to
I
his
think
work.
if he plays the skill shot cushion first, so he wants back cushion first with right hand side and clips the red in.
Does that other yellow go past the red? In the left?
I think so. I think if he plays my shot and plays it hard, I think he'd have to be unlucky not to have some sort of shot on something. I don't know how much black ball rules Steve plays, whether that would be a shot that he would instantly pop out at him.
Yeah, I don't think he plays too much black ball, to be honest. He's more...
This is perfect.
Plays quite a lot of world rules.
So my shot is there if he's seen it. There you go. He's pointed, and he's even seen that he obviously needs to get it cushion first. You don't want to miss it, though, do you? You want to make sure that you make contact with something.
Yeah, I mean,
this is brilliant.
That's perfect.
That's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
I think that yellow must just go in and off the jaw.
It looks like it does from here, and the way he's took this finish out tells you that it must do. Perfect.
I think I'd have gone. I'd have just dropped that in, played the one that's in the balk, and just sort of dropped it in, and then play the ball that he's playing now, and then just you can land perfect on the double.
Yeah, perfect on the double, or pot it in the corner depending on how you land. He's got to be careful here. He doesn't snooker himself. This is where you want to hit it half ball on the way in.
Yeah.
If you hit it half ball on the way in, the cue ball goes down to the middle or past the middle.
They must go clean.
Wow. You may have to play on the double now.
Can he just dribble across and then play the black down the rail?
Was it going into it?
You see the slide off the cushion there?
That's why I said I think he might have to play the double. Just dab it in with a little bit of left-hand side and get the cue ball anywhere past the middle. And he's never missing the double. I think that was the wrong shot. But I think... Can he get the cross double?
Just sort of chasing that finish, and just when you look like he was going to get there. Personally, I would have took the one in the baulk first.
Yeah, I think you were probably right.
Just because it's so if you land straight on that one in the baulk, it's perfect. You just drop that in, drop the ball in, stun the ball in long, and you're perfect on the double.
So I think the black doesn't go into the left corner, so he can sort of have a free go at this.
He's not even attempted it. I don't like that. I just think you might as well go for that there.
Well, why not? Why not have
Free.
a go? It's free because then you can pop the one into left corner and then play the one across the back rail with an angle, and you have a free go at that one as well.
Yeah.
Tell you that Simon Fitzsimmons is about to go. It's a nice little nudge to flick the red on the rail. Simon Fitzsimmons is about to go 3-0 up against Matt Greeley on the third stream table.
Let's give him a shot.
Can't believe he didn't go there and take the one at the rail last. If he plays the one at the rail last, it's a free go again.
Almost want to take the unforced error there.
I think you've got to tick it.
Yeah.
This is one of them where you want to play it slow, but it makes the pot so much easier playing it, harder playing it slow.
I think you just commit to this. Just pot it. Nice pace. Yeah. Just like that.
Anyone that has any questions for Jordan or myself, then you can get on the live chat.
Dodgy racked himself.
Petty had a 5-year break from the game, didn't he? And to be honest, I think he had a 5-year break from the game at the right time. Really, it was when the divide, the split happened.
Yeah, he went and played a little bit of American pool, and his parents live in Spain. He went out there for a few years. But when he came back, he went straight on the UK tour. I think he hit the ground running. I think he won an event in his first year.
And as I mentioned before, he is talented, which helps with that sort of thing. Some players would obviously have to spend a couple of seasons practicing and getting match sharp again, but when you're talented, it definitely helps with that. He's been lucky there. He's on the plant across the back cushion.
Can you see that?
Yeah, I think you can see it. Yeah, and behind it you can. So Adams asked, guys, when you were playing English 8 ball, what was your cue spec and brand? It was a Tony Wilshaw cue, which is a local cue maker, and the spec was it was, well, to be honest, I played with 3 different English cues. The weight and the balance was and the height was all pretty much the same, of just a standard. I always played with a slightly thinner butt on the cue. I just seem to like the feel. It's like when the cue feels like chunky at the back, it wasn't for me. So I've always had the butt thinned out by a few mil, but around 8 to 8.5, I think is the right spec for an English 8 ball cue. Last world title that I won, the IPA one, which was the first one at the Lakeside, I actually used my snooker cue because I was playing Chinese 8 ball so much that my old pool cue just looked like a knitting needle, so I ended up using my snooker cue. I think you've just got to get something that's around the right spec and stick to it. I think the most important thing is once you've got a decent cue, it's just knowing how it plays and how it throws with side and how your tip plays. And at the end of the day, the cue's a cue once you're used to it. I'm not a firm believer in someone who can only play with one cue and all that sort of rubbish. I think once you get used to how the side throws with the cue, I think you can get used to one in a couple of months, and it's what you do with it.
Yeah, I agree with that. I'm getting to a point now where I need a new cue. Well, I'm starting to need a new cue.
Yeah, and I think it's in people's minds with it. I think once you've got the cue that is right. I'm not saying go and get a cue out. That's sort of 25 ounces with a 10 mil tip and a big thick chunky. But once you get something that you feel's right, right for you spec wise, it's just a matter of getting used to how the ball throws with it, and it's what you do with it rather than anything else. And I'm sure when you get a new cue, you can for example, you just go and get yours made to the spec of your old cue, maybe slightly bigger tip or whatever. Sometimes they get a little bit smaller, having new tips and ferrules on a lot, so maybe have it half an inch bigger, but a few months you're used to it. And
I'm hoping I win one of Lee's bonus ball draws.
oh yeah, you'll be able to get one made to your own spec then.
Yeah.
So another good skill shot there by Steve.
And pace just caught him out again there.
It did, but for me, I would have gone a different way there. I would have topped off the side cushion and then took the 2 down the bottom. I think because he can't get any closer to it than really he can off this because the black's in the way. So I think if he'd just topped off and come over by the middle. I keep saying that they obviously are easy, but they're not easy if you take the balls in the wrong order. Now he's looking around, 'cause I don't know if he thinks he's come a little bit too low, so he may have to check it, and he is checking it with left hook to straighten the cue ball up.
Yeah, he's played that really well.
He's played it really well, yeah. Makes it look quite easy, and the way that he cues the ball, spends no time. Once he's once he's planned the route, spends no time actually down on the shot. Just feathers up to the cue ball 2 or 3 times and hits it.
Another driver.
Yeah, and he's got a horrible little starter into the right middle. If the cue ball's right behind it, then you can't miss it, but from flat on the top cushion, it's not nice. And if he can get to the red that's over the middle, yeah, he can. You can see he can just get to it. Obviously, he'd like to take the one that he's closest to next and leave the one that's next to the black until last.
It's a bit close to it though, it's a bit stabby, I don't like these.
It's a bit of a... It's just hit it into the cushion.
Yeah. So you would think he's probably going to come down. I mean, if he wants, he could get in behind those 3 on the left-hand side and play him into the top right and bottom right corners. But
well, he's played a skill shot in the last 2 frames, and I think he's going to play another. He's absolutely dead straight on the skill shot if he wants.
Perfect. I'm absolutely useless at this skill shot. It's the easiest one there is. I can't get it. Shot.
Made it easier the fact that he could play the screw shot, which obviously makes the yellow, transfers the side onto the yellow and makes it go forward. Strange how his fingers are on the table there, like all bendy.
It's the American pool player in him.
See his middle finger there, it's all like
a spider after you've hit it with a shoe and it hasn't quite died.
And he's trying to hold on like.
Yeah, just clinging on.
Look at that middle finger, look.
Oh my God. Has that gone in?
Fingered it in. So after Dom looked sort of quite comfortable in the first frame, he looked a little bit edgy in the next 3 and could have won all of them. Oh, no, he broke and cleared once, didn't he? Right, he should certainly be 3-1 up.
Yeah, Steve looks like he's settling in a bit. bit better than Dom.
See how the rack set was offset to the right again there?
So many players do that. I've noticed that.
But it's always to the right hand side, and we had a guy come on sort of trying to explain it, and what he was saying was more people have stigmatisms in the left eye, which means that the right eye dominant, which means that the offset
Right, okay.
it's the right hand side now. A little bit deep for me that, but
Stroke pullers, that's what I reckon it is.
I was having a conversation with Lee about it before, saying, do you think there's an advantage for offsetting the pack? And whether there is or there isn't, I think is irrelevant. The ball should be set up absolutely dead straight.
Yeah.
With the black and the front ball on the spot.
Just put the line behind.
Just put the line behind.
So you know where they are.
Yeah.
And it's easier to see then because you can see the back middle ball.
Yeah.
You can see if that's offset then.
Another thing is, when is somebody gonna make a magic rack? It's not like it's the hardest thing in the world to design. It's just a little bit of plastic.
Yeah. The thing is, the balls are so light, aren't they?
But you can, then with the magic rack, you can guarantee that all 15 balls are touching, and you guarantee that they're straight, and that the front ball is where it should be.
Yeah.
Because you can see where it is first. So you place the magic rack obviously on the spot, and
I just think it would be a bit of a pain to get off.
yeah, I mean, in a match when there's a referee, it's not so much of a problem because they can mark a couple of balls and move it. But to be honest, it doesn't really. And I know it's more likely to affect the balls because they're lighter, but it doesn't. Certainly on the Chinese table, it doesn't ever affect the ball. I use one every day in practice, and it never affects the ball. I just think they're making all these like contraptions at the minute of triangles. It takes I've seen some of them that it takes 15 minutes to get the balls in.
Yeah. There's one, yeah. It's a really good rack. I won't mention it, but it's a really good rack, but it takes me 20 minutes to set them up.
I don't mind a good rack. It's just that when it takes you 15 minutes, it's a bit...
Yeah. It takes me longer to set them up than it does to lose the frame. They're extortionate as well. Some of the triangles out there.
Cost you big dough for a good rack, though.
The magic racks are cheap, aren't they?
Well, at the end of the day, look, it's just a bit of plastic, and it's the best design. You're guaranteed all 15 balls touching. The balls are in exactly the same place, and the balls are dead straight, which just makes it fair for everybody. When you've got a referee and he can't rack the balls up, every time you break off, the balls are not opening, or I just think it's a level playing field then, and it's the most simple design. I just think for the amount of times that it is actually going to affect the ball rolling over it in a match outweighs, the pluses of having all 15 balls touching for every single player.
That's your next job then.
I can't believe that nobody's invented one for the English game.
Even the blue cloth, even that sometimes, but there's like a little weave in there in the cloth, and sometimes you see when the ball's slowing up, it sort of
it deviates on it. Yeah,
it moves slightly.
Yeah,
it just shows you how light the balls are. And these are heavier than the old set.
Yeah, but in a match where you have a referee, then if there's a couple of balls on or near it, you can just mark them and take it away. I think the pluses of it are just huge.
Yeah.
It's worrying times here for Dom because, like any good player, Petty would be a good front runner.
Yeah, once he starts getting a bit of distance between him and his opponent, he will crush you.
His middle finger there is unbelievable. Though.
Oh, not a bad flick. Steve's not had a break dish yet, but he's only made one ball from the break.
He's not had a break dish, and to be fair, he could have lost all 5 of the frames.
Yeah. The break's not been that great, is it?
No, it's not been that great, and I don't think he's racking the balls up that great, because when you get the balls touching and you rack them up properly, they instantly just fire open. Where there, it's just a bit of like a dull reaction when he hits them.
Yeah, there's 3 or 4 running around and doing a lot of movement, but there's the others are sort of trickling away.
This is really like the black. If he pots this, he's won the frame.
I think I'd take the other one.
I would. I'd take
No.
this one. I wouldn't play it off the other one.
No, just trickle it in and hold on the yellow.
I said that was like the black, so he's missed it, which means that Dom should win the frame now. Where's that gone? He's got the wrong angle on the one in the middle, and he's bridging over the red for the one in the corner.
I think the middle one of the 3 that are in the middle of the table, I think that goes in the bottom right, so I think he could just sort of drop this one in the middle.
Yeah, there you can see it does. You can play it with a trace of running side, to even if he brushes the red. You can definitely play your shot with left hand side. Dom Cooney has listed Phil Harrison as his favourite player.
I think he's from that neck of the woods. I think he's from Cambridge. Not Phil. Dom.
I thought that explains it then. I couldn't understand why he chose Phil before that.
He's not that great, is he?
But no, I'm joking. Phil's a great player, and he is. He's put his reasons of. He's a born winner. He's certainly won a few tournaments. What about this one?
Didn't learn that one from Phil, that's for sure.
What, I don't know what he was trying to play there. I don't know if he's tried to play twice up and down or...
can't work that one out.
It does go into the bottom right corner, but where's the cue ball? That's what I do like about these rules of you miss your ball and you don't gain an advantage from missing it.
Yeah. Well, I've only started playing them this year, but for me, when you do miss, you got to keep it near a hole. Because if you get snookered, you need to be potting out of it. There's no point just hitting it.
Yeah, but at World Rules, if you keep it near a hole, like for example, if he'd got that over the hole and there was 3 reds around the pocket, he'd probably still be favourite, or certainly still be in the frame. Where at Black Ball Rules, even if he gets it over the hole and he lays a good snooker, you've lost.
Yeah.
Which you should lose if you miss a ball. You know, like here, he's going to have to try and hit this. He's going to have to try and come off the side cushion. He's not played the greatest of shots, to be fair there, Steve, because he can come off the side cushion dead weight, and if he pots it, he can clip the black into the left corner.
Mm.
But, you know, at World Rules, if that yellow was over the pocket, you could play the black down. If you get that black touching onto the knuckle, you've won.
Yeah, all of a sudden you're banging control.
Oh, he's playing below it. This is going to slide. He can.
Yeah, no,
wow.
There's
There's got a lot to learn about playing on new tables or playing shots like that.
If you're going to hit up there, you've got to play that with
You've got to
side and
screw it in.
and
Yeah.
You've got to play that with pace.
Yeah. It was impossible to get there. He had to go above the middle with right hand side.
A strange one.
Oh.
I thought he was potting it and bringing the red off.
Yeah, that's what I thought he was playing. Well, he could have just picked the cue ball up and bounced his bad red off the side cushion and then just gone game even with the... And then played the red off the yellow into the big pocket.
I think he just said I didn't know what to do.
I don't think he knew what to do on that shot either, because I'm not sure what he's played there.
Yeah, just a little bit loose, that was it. Has he left that?
No, he's not left it, no, but he can kick it from 2 rails.
Trying to swerve.
Settle.
Yeah, it's not the worst result in the world, is it? I think he's left an edge, but I can't see him really doing anything there. If he'd have totaled him, he could maybe have got in behind it and got a snooker, but I think the white's in the way for a double. I think just sort of run out of ideas there and sort of waiting for the best. I think I'd be tempted to play the red that he's closest to into the red and the yellow and screw in behind the other red. Got a little bit too much angle. He was going to play the red in the middle and just sort of drift into that red and yellow.
Can he get it with running side?
He's going to play it in the middle. That's perfect.
I can tell you that Matt Brealey is now 3 each with Simon Fitzsimmons. It was 3-0 to Simon. So you playing the next session, George, dear?
Yeah, 7:30.
Who's that against?
I had the winner of a game. I'm not sure. Not sure who.
Oh, what's happened here? Decelerated.
Yeah.
But
white ball. He's in off.
Ooh.
Yeah, look how drunk that pack is.
Why always to the right? I know we've had an explanation, but
You can
does
see
that mean that everybody has a astigmatism in the left eye? I'm not having that.
No, I'm not having that. Perhaps just so you can see more of the yellow when you're cut breaking.
Well, because everybody that does it, he's the first person I've seen cut break.
Yeah.
Obviously, other than Mark Boyle was doing it, but actually Mark Boyle breaks from the other side.
Yeah. And does he tilt them as well?
No, I don't know.
They're quite straight.
He didn't. It was straight, yeah. I don't think anybody offsets them deliberately, but
No.
it's just strange how everybody does it to the same side.
But so many people do it now. I don't see how you can't look out for it when you're setting them up. I'm quite conscious of it. Every now and again you'll forget, but I'm pretty sure if you get into the habit.
It's a good shot. He's almost played it too well. Almost got it too straight.
Is that a result in? Dave McNamara just beat Mark White. Good win. Mark 11-5 that was. Mark was 1-4 with the bookie.
Yeah, I'll say that's a big shot. Played on the one over the left corner, and I'm not sure he's got there.
Might be able to just ping it around with a little bit of side. They're good, aren't they?
Yeah, so you can see the new tablets there, so they all get updated to Q score. As soon as the player updates it, it goes out live. Gone are the days of playing where one of the organisers would walk round in front of your shot with a big clipboard to take everyone's score. Just as you're down on the black, Mike Perkins would come strutting past.
Those are the days. It's been 1-0 for 4 hours.
Yeah.
If you want to check on the website.
Yeah, and then Nets gets updated, it's 7-all.
Yeah.
Simon's just missed a really easy ball with the black hanging over the middle. So, I don't know what's happened there from 3-0, but looks like going 4-3 down.
Steve missed the ball in this round, didn't he?
Well, yeah, he had to try and swerve around the black, but yeah, he was trying to pot it. If you want to be,
We'll give him an unforced error.
give him an unforced error for it.
I'll tell you I was here on a freebie. I'll tell you I was here on a freebie.
On a freebie?
I won the bonus ball.
You did?
Yeah.
Did you?
Happy days.
So had you not actually entered before?
No, I'd entered, so I sold my spot.
Oh,
I sold the extra spot.
who did you sell that to?
Stefan Rosidi.
Ah, okay. Oh.
Oh my word. He's gone.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, if I win the Jason Owen queue, I'm just going to give up playing. I'll just be a professional bonus ball player. That'll do me.
Professional ball player.
Yeah.
Obviously, you own your own club down in Kent, Jordan's. How's that doing?
Yeah, good. Yeah, yes. Yeah. So this time of year is when it starts picking up again. As you know, like after
For the
the summer.
winter,
Yeah.
People don't want to be stuck inside when the weather's good.
Yeah.
Not that we have much good weather, but
No, we've. Yeah, we were upstairs. We've like blacked all our windows out. 'Cause you don't want any natural light, do you? But yeah, people don't want to go and get stuck in a dark room over the summer, do they? So yeah, just starting to pick up again.
and you run your own series, don't you? Your own tour.
Yeah, we got a couple of little series. So I had a like the normal series that I ran, which was 4 events. Steve Petty actually, he finished number 1 in that.
Yeah, well, he has got that at the top of his list of his seat on his CV, his top of his list of pool achievements. He's got Jordan Series ranked number 1 play. He's got that at the very top, so
Yeah, he just
he's obviously
pipped me.
quite proud of that.
Yeah, he pipped me. I think it was to rub my face in it. But no, he came down for it. It was a really good standard actually. We had Michael Hope come down, Tom Kennedy, Ian Cattell was on it. It was good. It was a good event. So I run that, and just finished running a tournament for the for like another series for non-A and B standard players, which that was quite successful as well. So yeah, it's going well.
Anyone down that way or anyone interested in entering those events, and so get in touch with Jordan. And,
They'd forgot the score.
so they were told at the start they've got a big tablet next to them. They just have to hit the plus button every time they win a frame. And I've just heard Steve Petty say, "Oh, did that score get on? No, are they controlling it from in there?" What chance you got?
Who broke them?
The score is definitely 6-1.
It's 6-1, yeah.
So whoever broke second, it's their break now.
Yeah, I think, Dom broken dish the first one, didn't he, I think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
So yeah, that's not a good
rack.
Not a good rack, is it? No. Yeah, first time I came down here, like to your place here, was the last event. First time I've been down here. 'Cause I took a few years out, but I came down here and conditions unbelievable. We've always used Strachan Gold, the tournament on our tables.
Yeah.
I think we're going to switch to this.
Yeah.
Definitely a lot faster.
It's a lot faster, and I think it lasts certainly lasts longer than the number 10. This is Ainsworth's version of number 10, and it definitely lasts longer.
Did it take a lot of looking after?
Just the same, really. Just you get brush and iron it every day, but that's what I mean. The difference of a number 10, you brush and iron a number 10. If the tables are being played on most days, within a couple of months you need a new cloth.
Yeah. You play with Mark Selby a lot, obviously. Does he iron these a lot?
Yeah, he irons. I don't know about whether he irons it every day.
Yeah.
But he would obviously brush and block it every day.
Yeah.
And I do the same with mine. I just perhaps iron it like a couple of times a week.
Yeah. Because Barry Hawkins and Gerard Green, they play out of our place, and they brush and block it every time. But it's very rare that they iron it, and it seems to last. It seems to last a lot longer if they don't iron it.
I think you need to iron it to fully get the finger marks out and to keep the nap down. But obviously, if you iron it too much, then it just becomes like a sheet of glass. Basically,
Yeah.
There's becomes no nap and there's no bite on the cue ball. Well, this match has just become a bit of a comedy of errors at the minute.
A sore finger from clicking.
I think Petty's sort of natural way about him, he looks quite nonchalant around the table, he doesn't look like anything's of any importance, and that's not him showing that he doesn't care, by the way. It's just the way that he plays. He just looks like he's just having a knock in the club, and I think that's maybe rubbing off a little bit on Dom. I think he's fell into his sort of his way a little bit and needs to compose himself and try and make the most of these chances, because he has had chances in, I think, nearly every frame.
Yeah, this sort of finish here, this is probably exactly what he needs. He knows he should take these out, He's just got to take a little bit of care, just mind his work. Right.
It's all going on now. Because he's not on the one over the pocket.
I think he's going to have to play the double. Because the other way, he's running. If he plays the ball that's just below what the blue spot would be, if he drops it in, he's running into the ball over the pocket, and if he screws it in, he's running into the black and pushing that safe. Got to play this.
Tell you that Matt Brealey did win that frame that I just said, and he's now got a straight black into the middle for 5-3. So from 3-0 to Simon, it's 5-3 to Matt. He just hasn't really got a clue at the minute where the cue ball's going down. He didn't play to run into that red, and he did apologise. Once again, he's short. Once again, he's a little bit short. I think he can just nip it and soft screw across. I think I'm not sure he played to just drop it in like that. I don't know if he decelerated or whether he played there.
He got there in the end.
Can turn so quickly though, can't it? You know, he breaks and clears here, and Petty dry breaks, and all of a sudden you're back in the match. You saw those stats there, and they're not the prettiest on the eye.
Let's have a look at the rack.
Well, he's using the cut break, but he's hitting them so soft that
Isn't it? Yeah,
it's impossible to make one, really.
He's hitting them soft, but he's not. He didn't hit a lot of that ball either. He hit that like half ball.
Yeah, he hit it maybe like quarter ball, and obviously the cue ball almost just slid past, but it's how soft he's hitting it. Petty spotted a plant here, but
That just shows you how comfortable he's feeling. He's got straight down, eyed up the plant. Drilled it in.
Just drills the full length plant in, and he lands on his bad ball into the middle.
He knows Dom's struggling to punish him. And he probably feels like he can just go for that. And even if he loses this frame, he probably feel like he's going to win the next two anyway. Just hasn't really settled, has he, Dom? The whole match.
The first frame he looked like he had. He looked comfortable. He got a decent finish for what's the first frame of his first match, and since then, no, he's looked a little bit like fish out of water. But you can see on the stats there that Petty hasn't had a break and run. So he's going to pop that one into the left corner, screw up off the side cushion, and he wants to be straight on the ball that's next to the black spot. So I'm sitting behind this, and it is quite tight into the middle. There's no reason to play it. Oh,
he's quit. He's quit on the shot.
He's quit on it, but he's got lucky.
He's still on it, yeah.
That's a couple of times he's done that. He did it before on his last ball, and he had to pot that long black.
Yeah, that's why they're so quick. Tables are so quick, you get scared of hitting the ball. These are tricky now. He's just going to play this and screw off the 2.
I think it's perfect to play that shot. Be careful he doesn't get the yellow too full and the cue ball goes close to the middle.
Yeah, I was going to say he could go in off here. He's played it.
Ooh. No, he's good.
It's all right.
That was quite a good finish. Well, certainly the first shot was really good. There was probably 3 or 4 inches between those 2 balls, then he cracked the plant in.
He saw it straight away, he got down and just slapped it in, didn't he? That was better. That was a better break. I'm just going to be... All sort of went back down the table again.
Yeah, and they look quite easy, but I think they're a little bit tougher than they look, these.
Just forgot that he doesn't have to nominate these rules.
Oh, the red that's stuck to the side rail has just made the world of difference. If that goes over the middle, then he'd made him easy in 1 shot.
Another inch, he said, would have made all the difference.
That's what they all say.
I don't know if he can back double that one on the bottom. I don't know if he's jawed on that.
If you would prefer to watch the other stream match, well, there's 2 other streams. There's Simon Fitzsimmons. It's now 5 each with Matt Brealey, and the other match is Spencer Jones against Arfan Dad, which is on the 2nd table.
What's the score with Arfan?
Not sure.
Have a look.
Maybe if you've got the scores there, you can read out the scores of the other matches. We're sort of halfway through now.
Yeah, we have got Callum Singleton is 10-3 up on Louis Heathcote. Rich Wharton is 8-6 up on John Chapman. Matt Lawrenson is 5-4 up on Gerard O'Gorman. Josh Corkett and Partab Singh are 3-3. Arfan Dad is 7-1 up on Spencer Jones. We've got Aaron Davies, he's 9-3 up on Danny Davis. Paul Tickle and Sean Story, 5-5. Matt Brealey, Simon Fitzsimmons are 5-5. As are Jella Singh and Jez Graham, they're 5-5. And John Rowe is 7-6 up on Chris Gill. When you drop into the loser side, is it first to 8s again?
First to 8, yeah.
First to 8s. So 11 on the winner side and 8s on the loser side.
And obviously the first matches are just, well, they're just crucial, because if you lose your first match, you know, in a field of 80 odd players with double elimination, you know, you're a long way back to make the quarters then.
Yeah. Two guys from the last event, Scott Gillespie and Rob Warren, they both came through the loser side, didn't they, last time?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, not only has he missed it, he's bought the only ball that didn't go off the rail. I think he went the wrong way there. I think when he potted the one into the corner, I would have played the one he just missed into the opposite middle, and then the one he potted, I would have played off the red.
Yeah.
To free the pocket. Strikes the ball nice, doesn't he, Petty? Yeah. And I like how he doesn't mess about on the shot either. It's just sort of, obviously, if you out there that don't know, you actually find the line of the shot on the way down. Hence why you should never obviously move on the cue once you're in position. So he just sights it on the way down. Once his chin hits the cue, that's your line, and he literally just cues up to it sort of, well, sometimes it's just once and then bang, hits it. Like Duffner at the golf, once he gets over the ball, he just sort of waddles over it once and then just cracks it.
Sean Murphy's a little bit like that, snooker. He sort of he cues on the way down.
Yeah, he cues in.
And then when his chin's on the cue, he probably only feathers once, maybe twice.
Yeah, he cues on the way down. So just flick it in, leave himself low, and then he's played the other way, left himself high the other way to screw around and drop it in the middle.
Play the crowd pleaser, 2 rails between the gap.
He has done, just for you.
He heard me.
And obviously now 8-2, it's, you see there, he didn't even cue at once.
Yeah.
He sort of just got down and hit it on the way down.
I think he could give God an 8-2 start, first to 11. I don't think he'd lose.
When you've got a brand new table and he hits the break like he does, he times it well. He's certainly going to get another free chance. You see, that was better from Dom. He hit them much better.
Yeah.
He moved from the cup break. He's put the cue ball in the middle of the table. I don't know why he actually moved to the cup break to start with. It wasn't as though he wasn't having any success. He broke and cleared the first frame.
Yeah, he took a bit of pace off after the first one. He took a bit of pace off the brakes and they stopped working. And he gave them a good clump. He's still got a cluster down there, but I think I'd have been tempted to go reds there. He could have played the one that was next to the baulk line, the one on the top rail, come down for the one on the right hand side, and then played the red that was next to that plant there. He could have played that in the middle.
Mm-hmm. He's just coming around to have a look now, but the one next to the black does go, and if you're straight on it, you obviously can just run it through, but if you're high, you can just play a little soft stun shot onto the red next to it. So fully expect him to get these. I would play on it now. See, I would have come up to play on that now, because then you've got another option to get back there.
Yeah, you give yourself 2 goes at getting on it, don't you?
Yeah, and you can do that now with the one he's on, but you've just got another 2 goes, like you say, of getting on it if he didn't do it then. So
Whereas if he plays on and off the rail here, it looks like he's going digging down on it. I don't know what's happening here.
Well, he's actually fine because he can drop through the gap. I don't know if he's noticed it, but he can actually drop through the gap if he hits the red.
He can just hold on the red.
And then pot it and go for the gap again.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's seen it.
Oh, my word.
Wow.
I just think sometimes with these rules, where you've got so much more freedom, as long as you pot your own ball, I think a lot of people do just sort of bash balls around, just because they know that there's no real consequence. They just, if they pot one of your balls, it doesn't really make too much difference.
So there is betting on this with our official bookmaker, the Winning Post. If you want any bets, you can contact Jed. Contact him obviously via Facebook and place your bets. With the tablets we've got now, you can follow all your accumulators live as they happen. As long as the players obviously update. As soon as it goes onto the tablet, then it updates live onto Q Score instantly. He's looking at playing a 3-ball plant, but if he plays that, where's the yellow? The yellow's just going to sit on top of the red, surely, isn't it?
Yeah, and even if you play hard, where are they going? It was a good plant.
It was a good plan, and probably almost maybe as good as it could have turned out, really.
Yeah.
I could just do my nose running a little bit more.
Yeah, Niagara pots. Is he thin enough to play the one on the that's on the black spot and come in behind those 2 reds? He can play the yellow into the one of the top pockets. Makes the pot a lot easier. Oh, God.
So I'm
That's not good. I feel a bit for Dom because he is obviously he's a good player, but he's had a really tough first round opponent, and he struggled to settle at all.
He has to play down on the plant now, or at least to try and get in between the 2 reds or land on one of them. I would definitely play down there now.
Yeah, I don't like playing them as plants. I prefer to try and get in the gap.
Just from where the balls are, it's not easy, is it? Because you don't only want to just get in the gap, you need to get straight so you can take them both away. Oh, he's
perfect.
Is he? Is he a bit high?
I think he's alright. He can
Can he
just
hold
sort of
it?
dribble that in, can't he? He could even use a little bit of right just to get closer to the. He'll be bringing the white closer to the right hand rail, but just to keep him a little bit straighter.
I think there's a case for just potting it and coming up and landing on the one on the side cushion next and leaving it and going back.
Yeah. Oh, he's on the jaw.
Ooh.
Oh, that is smelly.
It's unlucky to finish there, but I don't think you should have been anywhere near there.
Yeah.
I think you should have been playing it with a tracer running side to make sure that you wasn't.
Just
if you
hit.
play it with the tracer running side and hit before the middle, you can't go there.
Yeah, definitely.
So just double it and drop it into the middle. Look.
Oh.
I think, like you said, he's just at a point where he knows that his opponent's struggling and he just feels like he can almost just have a go at anything. Even so, that was a really good shot.
Yeah.
There it is again. Never anywhere else, was it?
Didn't even hit a draw. He's a little bit tricky. He's got to make sure he gets this right.
He's done it again. It was one of them where it was one of them horrible little like flick shots, but every time he's had to play one of those, he's decelerated on it.
Yeah. I think maybe he could have played it a bit harder and screwed into the yellow. So, and with left, so when the white hits the rail, it comes away from the red. What we really want is a
I
shot.
can't believe he's not playing the double.
I know, yeah. 8-2 up. Because if he sits that red behind the yellow and he hits the one in the top end of the table, he's in trouble then. You give him a shot, this.
Yeah, I think he's gonna have to have a go. Would you ever go and stun the white across?
Get him try and get him behind the black. Yeah, I don't think I'd have done that. Just give him a free go. Yeah, would you have played that in the corner and stunned across just to get
Yeah,
cover behind the black?
or across the face of the black and got the black on and off the cushion, so you're at least making him get the double if you miss it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Obviously made it a lot easier knowing where he'd put the yellow. If the yellow was hanging over the middle, that shot would have been a bit tougher. He does make the difficult balls look very easy though.
Yeah. You can't be leaving that sort of shot against Steve Petty, especially at 8-2 up. If it's close, then yeah, you've put a bit of pressure on, but he knows he's miles in front.
If you are going to be slightly wide, you want to be wide to the far knuckle, not the near knuckle like he was there.
What's going on with the brakes?
Well, I don't think it's the brakes. I think it's the rack. I think he's obviously got a big break, but the balls ain't going to open if you don't rack them up properly.
In. All of a sudden.
I missed that one.
And believe it or not, this is for his first break dish of the match.
Which is amazing. Do you think he's 9-2 up and he hasn't broken cleared yet?
Yeah. Got hold of that a bit. The wrong side there. He is. He's just the wrong side of that.
I think he can just play it with a trace of running side and still clip the black into the middle. Just a trace of reverse side off the side rail.
And right behind the shot, I think he can play it and screw off. He can just play a normal screw shot and screw off the side of that yellow.
Yeah, just nick the yellow.
And bring it up to play the black in the middle. Oh, could miss it.
I thought that he could just get a bit of side on.
So you're off to China on Monday?
Yeah, I go to China on Monday. Yeah, they've introduced a new event called the International Open, where there's 16 international players and the top 16 Chinese. So I fly out on Monday. The tournament starts on Thursday.
Do you know who you've got yet, or do they do the
No,
draw
they've
when
done
you're
the
out there?
draw when we get there.
Who's going from over here?
There's a few of the English lads that are playing in it. Jack and Clint, Jason, Ronan, and I think there's a couple of the snooker players playing. Poom Jang's playing.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And then the top 16 Chinese.
Clint's been doing quite well, hasn't he? He's been doing quite well out there.
Yeah, he's been doing okay, and he comes over here sort of once a week and has a game. So he's putting the work in. And
Do you play every day?
I play most days. Yeah, certainly leading up to the tournament, and then the Masters is sort of coming back round again in January, and the prize fund's trebled to what it has been the last 5 years, so it's now 150,000 to the winner. So obviously even more reason to put the hours in, and see everybody's trying to get into the event this year.
Yeah, more and more players from this side of the pond are creeping over, aren't they?
Yeah.
He's not brought it off the rail, but you can do that here. It's not a problem. Perfect. expect to probably leave the ball down the rail till last. He maybe he might even get on it next if he can get it. Yeah, he's got right in behind it, so he's perfect. So this black for a quite flattering scoreline, I'd say.
Yeah, I think obviously it's 11-2 win, but the scoreline doesn't really reflect exactly how that match went, as in the chances that Dom had. But I'm sure for those of you that it's the first time you've seen him, I'm sure he is a lot better player than that. But obviously not one of his better performances, but he's still in a tournament. It's double elimination, so he's not out. A long way back through the loser side, but you know, if this was single elim, he'd be on the motorway now. So that's the way you have to look at it. There's still another chance, and one match at a time. He's definitely not out, and the tournament favourite there. Sort of, he played well, but he got given a lot of chances to play well, and certainly on the performance and how easy he makes that look, I'm sure justified why he's the tournament favourite. The next session on here will be on at 7:30. I'll be back, or I won't be back commentating. It's going to be a lem sip in bed for me, but they will be back on at 7:30, and they'll let you know shortly who that match will be. See you tomorrow, people.